What are the best currency pairs for forex trading, in your opinion?
I get asked this a lot. I get often asked, what's the best strategy? What's the best currency pair? What's the best market? There isn't really one within our community, so that I favour major currency pairs. I think a general rule is if you're going to day trade, I would go with the major currency pairs. If you're going to swing trade, your trade frequency will be less. So I would look at what I call major minors. So any of the major currency pairs crossed against each other, main indexes. I would say there isn't one better than the other, but what you don't want to be as a day trader, I think, chasing 30, 40 different currencies. So you'll be forever chasing.
Are certain times of the day more important to trade on?
There are for me, because for two reasons. I've structured it that I potentially focus in on the morning. That's a personal thing, because the more time I'm in front of the screens, the tireder I get, the more bored I get. But I'm also correlated that with the fact that the forex markets kick in. The DAX, the main index in Germany, that kicks in the morning. So I'm trying to stack the odds in my favour. That doesn't mean every morning all of those markets will move. Sometimes they're quiet and they kick off in the afternoon. But I'm looking at trading the markets that have a lot of volume coming into them in the morning at the time I'm trading, because I'm trend based. So I want the market to move either up or down and have some volume behind it. If I'm trend following, I'd rather trade a market that statistically has got more volume coming into it at that time I'm trading than not.
So for you, the best time of the day-to-day trade is in the morning.
Yes.
Would you recommend that for other people, or?
I think as a day trader, it depends. It depends on the same scenario as me. It depends on what's going on in your life. If you want to be a day trader, but you've got to run the kids around and take them all to school and do a load of things in the morning, situationally it might be better to trade in the afternoon. But then I would look maybe at the US indices or look at slightly different currency pairs. There's this whole thing that forex is 24/5. You can trade for 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you can trade it at midnight. But if you look at the pound against the US dollar, often it's quite quiet during the night. So it may be that you would focus on Australasian currency pairs, so Aussie against the US or New Zealand dollar against the US, or you may focus on more of the Asian pairs, so Aussie yen, if you were going to trade in the middle of the night. So the opportunity's there, but you want to be clever about which markets and which pairs you trade.
What's the difference between trading volatile and stable currencies?
I tend to only trade stable currencies. So as a day trader, I'm staying away from any form of volatile. Now, yes, euro against the US dollar can get volatile, but the major currencies they tend to behave themselves more. So I think as a day trader, the difference is sticking, I think, to the major currencies. As a swing trader, is bringing in what I call major minors, so only looking at two cross pairs that are major currencies, so pound against the yen, for example. So I think the biggest difference is that you can get kicked in and out of trades more easily. Markets will suddenly go choppy, whereas if a market's trending and it's one of the bigger currencies, that trend can last longer.